Very cool little town. Whoa! Hold on tight. It's going to be a wild ride.
Maybe it's always a wild ride for you.
You're going to love this.
You want me to hang on? Are you going to go that far?
G'day guys, Mr. Oz Adventure here, and we're coming at you today from Tumut for the start of day 5 of our trip down to Victoria. We're not far away from the border now, in Tumut. We're on the foothills of the Snowy Mountains here, and as you can see by me squinting, there's a little bit of sunshine around today after yesterday's rain, so that's quite awesome. It is very windy though, bit of breeze about. Not sure what we're going to do today. We're going to just hit the road and just see what happens, whether we do a short day, more sightseeing, or whether we just gun it all the way to my mum's house, the other side of Melbourne. We will see how the day pans out. Like to see some snow on the hills, but not sure we want to ride in the snow and ice. Look at that bike there, it's looking so naked. I'd better do something about that. Let's go. Oh, that's better. Time to hit the road again. We're located in Tumut, which is at the base of the Snowy Mountains. The Snowy Mountains are Australia's highest elevation mountain range, containing, obviously, Australia's highest mountain, Mount Kosciuszko, not too far away from where we were located. I would have loved to have taken the twisting, winding way up the mountains from where we were in Tumut, but there were signs at the bottom of the hill just outside where we stayed for the night which said, warning, snow and ice on road ahead, please carry chains. We were not going to carry snow chains on the bike, and we were not prepared to ride in snow and ice. So we continued our journey towards Victoria, riding through the gloriously green foothills of the Snowy Mountains, skirting the edge of the highest peaks in Australia. This was still a great ride, replicating part of a ride I did back in 2020 when we headed down to Tasmania. When we rode down through here in 2020, it was just after the massive bushfires had gone through. It was absolutely devastating. All of us had tears in our helmets. Well, that choked up by what we were seeing. Not only was a lot of the bush burned out as far as the eye could see, we rode through the famous apple town of Batlow, which had several houses burned out, cars destroyed. It was heartbreaking to see. Riding through here this time though, everything was looking in much better shape as we rode through the town of Batlow. You can see here as we're leaving the town of Batlow, the road markings, the lines change from white to yellow. This means we are climbing in elevation far enough to be into an area that snows regularly. They paint the road markings yellow so that you can actually see the bloody things through the snow and ice. For me, it's always exciting to see these yellow markings because that means there's usually some pretty good riding ahead. We weren't disappointed this time, but as we continued our journey south, the landscape changed dramatically. Stopping here to take in the scenery, I realised I'd made an absolutely massive mistake, which could have been disastrous. I'd left my top box open, hadn't locked it. Could have lost my laptop and everything out the back of the bike. So bloody windy. What a crazy landscape it is up here though. Just south of Batlow, just come from Tumut through Batlow, now heading down towards Albury. Awesome bit of road, so smooth and just nothingness. And it's a logging area this, and it was all burned out in the fires a couple of years back. Crazy landscape. Everything's coming undone. My bootstrap come undone. The top box wasn't closed. Luckily I didn't lose everything. Laptop, everything. Ready, horsey? Let's go!
Yeehaw, baby!
Let's continue this adventure and get the show on the road. More glorious twisting roads to enjoy. Can't even see where the road goes. All I can see is dirt tracks everywhere. I didn't do my helmet up. Oh, top box, my boot.
Was your boot undone as well?
Yeah. Just done a captain cranky. He always leaves his strap undone. Have I got my backpack? Where's my backpack? All of a sudden the landscape's just starting to green up again as we drop down. Oh, it's in great condition. It's perfect. It's like a lot of these roads in the Snowy Mountains are like this. I think they make them out of something a bit like better quality to withstand the snow and ice and everything. A nice grippy surface. Got no idea what the corners do. A bit like Tasmania, they just don't have a lot of speed signs, corner advisory signs. Yeah. Welcome to Southern Australia, where you get more wombats than kangaroo roadkill. Ah, rosewood. Never heard of it. Going to Tumbarumba, do some tub thumping with Chumbawamba and Tumbarumba. Rail trail, oh there's a rail trail here, so that might be an old train station or something that turned into cafe. No. Lots of tractors. It's good coming through all these little towns, never heard of before, and seeing how people live. It's a popular little bike street, this one, isn't it? Bloody green in patches, isn't it? Yeah. Very green out here. What a glorious day. Made it to the Ettamogah Pub just outside Albury. I haven't been here since I was a kid in the 80s. Maybe when I was 17 or 18, I don't know. But yeah, last time I was here it was only a few years old, this building. Classic Australian pub. Yeah, I remember this from when I was a kid, coming up these stairs. The Ettamogah Pub actually started life as a newspaper cartoon featured in the Australasian Post. The cartoon was that popular that eventually transformed from being a two-dimensional image in a magazine to a three-dimensional real-life pub that sold real-life beer. Bloke's shithouse, dunny, brain drainer, men. Yeah, I remember that little jail out there in the tree stump, but there was nothing around, there was no trees. There were probably little saplings or something at the time.
The poor kitchen out there, such a shame how it's just not used so much anymore.
Another victim of the highway bypassing everything.
Yeah, well that's true, that is exactly it.
Come on, let's go. You like to be chained up, don't you? Oh, it's stuck.
Oh. Orange everywhere. Oh, babe, I can't take you anywhere, can I?
It's not riding very good, probably because it's all over my bloody hands.
Give it a shake. Bill and Shazza's bike trip, Gold Coast to Melbourne.
Yeah, mate, don't drink and fly. Not good. You end up upside down in the building. Very cool to stop at the Ettamogah Pub once more. Good childhood memories of being here when it was first built. It was just such a barren landscape. There was no trees around here at all back then. It's way different to how I remember it being. Pretty unique little place. Yeah, a bit sad to see the way they've let the bar itself go. It's not used that much anymore. They don't have meals or anything in the bar anymore in the main Ettamogah Pub building. It's all over in the more modern, boring building over there. And they only open it for the tourists a couple of hours a day, the main pub. Yeah, progress. Speaking of progress, let's hit the road.
Hit the road, Jack.
Let's get out of New South Wales and get into Victoria. Victoria, here we come. Crossing the border in about 10 minutes.
Oh, we got beer inside me. Liven me up a bit.
Yeah! Me too. Oh, I'm a bit pissed now.
Maybe it might better.
I'll ride better. Yeah, I know. sometimes they come on the freeway. Yeah, it's just not the same crossing the border on the freeway, like when you're on the smaller roads and everything. It's more meaningful, I guess, than just on the highway. Here we go, Mighty Murray River, the longest navigable river in Australia. Here we go. You ready?
Yeah.
We're now in Victoria. Been in New South Wales since 20 minutes after we left home. Alright, Beechworth. Yeah, I don't know this way into Beechworth at all. Last couple of times I've come from the mountains over that way, from the snowy mountains. Mount Beauty. Mount Beauty's like where Falls Creek is, so Victorian ski resort.
Oh, right.
So yeah, we're not far away from like where all the Victorian ski resorts are, and not really that far from the New South Wales ski resorts, only a few hours.
You know, your sunglasses are hanging over there, darling.
No, I remember putting them there, thinking, yeah, I'll put them on after my helmet. Should be able to get the zip undone. Well, I ended up buying them in Armadale when I lost my other pair, because I left them on the bike. I was spinning out how green everything is, maybe because my last few trips were in summer. Yeah, this is probably where I've come in the other trip from that road, straight across. How much is a beach worth? Another gold mining town for you.
Yeah, you got one now.
There's plenty of them around. Oh, there's the old jail.
Oh,
Yeah, so Ned Kelly spent some time in there.
isn't it?
Let's go and have a look up here, eh?
Four times at 11 and 12, what's the time?
150.
Huh?
150.
Oh, that's a shame. Would like to have done it all.
It was used like up until fairly recently as a prison. Well, the old, like original town, I guess.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, so I guess that would have been like the original town, and then it just spread out, you know. See if we can get something at the Beechworth Bakery. Last time we were able to park right out front, which was lucky. Well, we made it as far as Beechworth, and then we had a nice lunch and just got carried away looking around town and having trouble finding accommodation, deciding whether we're going to push on to the other side of Melbourne. But we'd found a pub room, very basic. So yeah, this is where we're staying tonight. No. This was a prison cell back in the 1800s. So the men were housed on this side, including Ned Kelly in 1871, and the women were kept in this side. And Ned Kelly's mum was jailed here in 1878. Well, she was held in here. It was a holding cell for the courthouse. So you'd spend a day or two in here at most, I guess, just waiting for your time in court, which was over there, the courthouse. And then the jail is over the other side of those trees over there. It's hard to imagine back in the 1800s Ned Kelly was here in this very room. Here's the old prison. So yeah, Ned Kelly spent time in here. And if you don't know, if you're from overseas and you don't know who Ned Kelly is, Google him. He's an iconic figure in Australian history. So this jail was still used up until recent years. I just bumped into someone who said he spent time here 20 years ago. So a little less intimidating now, I guess. We spent the rest of the evening wandering around the historic town of Beechworth and exploring its amazing history. We ended up staying the night at the Commercial Hotel, which was built in 1873 and replaced the existing structure, which was built in 1852. We ended up having a really fun night. We had some cocktails at this tiny little bar and ended up at the brewery behind the pub. It got a little bit messy and it was a great last night on the road down to Victoria. A bit of man love in the shower and the noose where they would hang the prisoners. And there's the trap door. The floor would give way and the bodies would fall through to here. Underneath here in this yard is also where they buried all the bodies of the people who were hanged in the prison. So there are bodies underneath here.